Why would someone leave home and travel 12,000 kilometers to a place they had never been to before? A place where nothing is familiar and all of the usual conveniences are left far behind. Perhaps the answer is freedom, challenge, and discovery. It was for me at least when I came to central Chile for a couple of months to stay in a place surrounded by mountains, forests, and volcanoes. One of my reasons was to move away from myself, or the part of me I knew already, in order to uncover the new me I hadn't yet met, and give that new me a voice, some space, and a chance to create. Choosing an isolated style of living where I would barely see any other human soul for days and days was a necessary step to shut down all of the noise in order to hear my own thoughts. Not just the surfacey ones that navigate me through my daily life, but also the deeper ones that often sink to the bottom of the mind and don't get a chance to float, held down by the weight of all the informational pollution in the city. During my stay in a quiet Chilean valley, I spent a lot of time observing nature and browsing the amazing textures it had to offer, climbing some mountains and walking through the woods at any opportunity, watching, listening, memorizing. I swam in local lakes at any chances. I believe one of the nicest ways to connect to Earth is through water, like holding someone's hand rather than just speaking to them. I collected some textures for watercolor studies and captured the sound of local flora and fauna, knowing it would come in handy someday. I also started working on some paintings, some smaller and lighter, and a bigger one, a bit more serious, a bit more personal. A painting that was inspired by a feeling I often got in the valley. In the evening, the temperatures would drop dramatically, wind would get cold and bitey, and most of all, it was the darkness that felt so deep, opaque, and consuming, with no street lamps or light pollution to pierce it. Returning home from evening walks and hikes in the wilderness, as the night approached, I began to feel how small and fragile we were as humans against the cold darkness of the mountains. And I rushed to my little cabin like a moth to a warm light, a safe, cozy space where I could sit by the fire with my hot soup and feel protected and comfy. A tiny bit of warmth in a dark, cold valley hugged by the mountains. That became the core of my painting. After my stay in the valley, I decided to move on and explore the land on 4 wheels. I had a minimal setup and a very rough plan of where to go. I could stay anywhere and drive anywhere that would have a road for my little camper van. I went from forests to waterfalls, from glaciers to sandy beaches, from dusty serpentine roads to snowy volcanoes. There was so much to see every day and to absorb. why did I choose to go solo? Many people wondered, especially as a woman. Actually, the answer is partially in the question itself. It was good to feel that I could rely on myself, and freedom is one of the best things a human can feel. I had to trust myself and listen to my own intuition, which is often hard to overlook with the modern world trying to influence what we want, what we hear and think all the time, which is especially relevant for women, I think. So I stayed on my own and navigated the world on my own terms, deciding what I wanted to do, making my own mistakes and learning from them myself too. Stepping out of that trip back into society and a more regular reality, I felt more complete, like someone who just had a long, honest conversation with their best friend. I believe we all need time and space to spend time in our own company, learning to hear that inner voice without it being obstructed by the noise of everyday routine and responsibilities. Have the time to open up and free up that space to speak up and be ourselves. To me, being able to do that is one of the most precious sides to life. That's what it truly means to be autonomous and free.